Hello, my friend. Welcome to the channel Ads with Lovnik. So, today I am starting a new series for marketing campaign analysis. This series will have two parts for now, one for lead generation campaigns and the other one for e commerce campaigns. So, today in the part one, we will discuss lead gen campaigns and how you can analyze them and optimize them based on your analysis. So before we start, I want you to show the dashboard dashboard and the set of metrics I use for my lead gen campaigns. So here you can see, if I just show you on the dashboard itself. Yeah. So how I set my dashboard is, so I just place reach as my first column. Basically it is amount spent. I have not added it, but I will add it. So first there is amount spent, just to know that how much I have spent. Then there is impressions, then the CPM, and then the 3-second video view rate, which is also known as VTR, and some people also call it as hook rate, and then the VCR. These metrics will only be seen when you will be using video ads in your campaigns, because these are the video metrics. And then I have clicks, then CPC, then CTR, and then I have the link clicks, cost per link click, and link click through rate, landing page views, cost per landing page views, and a landing page view rate. So these three will be available once you will be sending traffic to a website. Since I am generating the leads for this client using instant forms, that's why we are not able to see any metrics over here. Now leads is the total number of leads that I have generated since in this month, which is 480, and at a cost per lead of 57.48, and the frequency is 1.76. So these are the metrics that I use, I set on my dashboard when I am analyzing the campaign. So now you know that what are the metrics I use, and now I will tell you that how you can analyze your campaign performance on the basis of these metrics, and can take actions on the basis of your analysis. So we will discuss this in very deeply, so you would know that which metrics tells what, and if this metric is not performing, then what changes are required to make this above the benchmark. Now let's say the first metric which we have is CPM. So let's say the CPM of a campaign is high. So what does it communicate? So it tells me that maybe the audience size is too low. That's why the CPM is higher. In that case, I can work on increasing my audience size, right? This is the one use case of this metrics, and that's how it can help me analyze my campaigns and then further optimize them to achieve the desired results. Now it can also be due to the location targeting. Even if you are marketing the same product, CPM will differ across locations, right? So in that case, you don't need to worry, and that is normal, and you cannot even do anything about it, right? Because if some location has a premium cost, then you have to pay for it, no matter how well you do your creatives, what primary text you use. If it gonna cost higher, then it will gonna cost higher. Obviously you can do a few things to make the CPMs lower, but you won't be able to control it at a very big scale, right? Now so in such cases, when the location is different, you can ignore it if the CPMs are slightly higher. Okay, so that is not an issue. Now another reason could be seasonality, like if it is a festive season or sales period, when everyone increases their spend, CPM will rise again. So you don't have to panic about that as well. Now there is just one more thing. When I am saying that CPM high or CPM low, what I am saying, like what basis of I am saying that okay, the CPM is higher or CPM is lower. So what you have to do is, let's say you have created a new campaign targeting same location, or you are marketing the same product, and you see that in comparison to the other campaigns that have targeted the same product and running on the same locations, your CPMs are way high, right? That is when you know that okay, something is wrong with your campaign. And basis on what I'm mentioning, that what you can check, you can fix your campaign performance upon the analysis. right? So now there is one more thing, which is these reach and impression. So this can give you an idea about the frequency, but since we have a separate column for frequency, so you can check it from here as well. Since for my campaign this month the frequency is at 1.76, which is not a condition of a tick, since it's the top of funnel campaign, so I won't be doing anything for that. So my reach and impressions are on point. Now, the reason of high CPM also could be the frequency. Again, just as I just mentioned, the frequency is under control. It is under 2 for the top of the funnel campaign. So that is also not the case of my CPM being high, right? Or other reason could be that your creative are simply not good enough, or they might be irrelevant for the audience, or maybe with a weak hook, weak offer, or not visually appealing, right? So whatever I have mentioned, you can, if you see that okay, above the pointers are not getting checked and there might be some other issue, then the thing that I just mentioned, which could be a creative issue, maybe a weak hook or weak offer, so for that you can check the other metrics over here, which is VTR, VCR, CPC, link clicks. So we will get there in the coming part of the video, right? Now, see, CPM is not just cost metric. It tells you a lot about your campaign, and once you understand it, you can figure out the cause and optimize strategically, right? So next we will discuss the VTR and the VCR. So these metrics are, as I mentioned, only be useful if you are running video ads. So VTR, which is 3-second video plays rate, is something which tells how well the first 2 or 3 seconds of your video are performing, how are they holding your audience or not. Also these known as the hook rate. So the formula for VTR is, although you can find this in the column section, it is named as 3-second video plays rate. But if you want to know the formula for this is 3-second video views divided by impression multiplied by 100. So now we will discuss, if your VTR is low, then what could be the reason of it. So if VTR is low, the one thing that you can that one insight you can take from this metric is that your hooks are not working. So in that case, what I mean by hooks is your first 2 to 3 seconds of your video is not that engaging that they should be, and that's why you are losing on the VTR matrix. So what you can do over here is you can test new hooks. Higher VTR usually improves other metrics as well, like the CPM, because they are all connected, right? So this is all about the VTR. And now so VTR is basically mainly for the hooks. Let's say if for a campaign, let's say for this campaign my VTR is 24.40%, and for some other campaign which is targeted to the same location on the same objective and promoting the same service, and if I see for the other campaign the VTR is at, let's say, 45, so which indicates that this campaign is not performing well. There is some issue with my hook, and I have to test different hook for this campaign, right? This is how you can take strategical action for your campaign performance. Now here comes the second matrix, another matrix, which is VCR, in other terms video completion rate. You won't find a custom column for VCR. So what you can do is you can create a custom column for VCR, and for that what you can do is you can use this formula, which is completed views divided by impression multiplied by 100. So this will tell you about the video completion rate, and you can also calculate the VCR by completed views divided by 3-second video views multiplied by impression. And also you can calculate other milestones like 6-second video views divided by impression into 100, or you can test 12 seconds. So just to know that okay, at what duration you are getting the maximum downfall of the views, right? So let's say if you until the 6 second of your video the VTR and everything is good, but after 6 seconds you see a huge drop. So then you can analyze your video at 6 seconds, what is happening wrong there and what is this thing that is making people drop off from the video, right? So this is how you can analyze the performance of your video, and according to that you can optimize your campaign. Now let's talk about the clicks and the link clicks matrix. So clicks is nothing but any click on your ad on the, if you're using images, then any click on the image or on the primary text, or someone clicking on your ad while scrolling, all these are counted as clicks. Whereas the link clicks that we have over here is the metric which only calculates the clicks on the CTA button. CTA, by CTA button I mean the buttons that we add at the ad level, be it learn more, shop now, buy now, whatever it is, right? So this is the CTA button that we add on our ad, and clicks on the CTA button is calculated under link clicks, right? So this is the difference between clicks and link clicks, and as you can see, that's why there is a huge difference between them. The clicks is 4,400 and link clicks are only like 50% of it, which is 2,038. Now we will discuss if our CPC, which is just cost of just normal click, is high, then what could be the problem? So the reason could be that the creative doesn't stand out in the feed. That's why people are not interacting with that. The copy, or again the hook, isn't grabbing the attention. That's why nobody is clicking, because only if someone get hooked by a video or an image, then only they will click on it multiple times. Now the third reason could be the creative and targeting doesn't match, right? Because there is no relevance between your creative and your targeting. So, and if I will give you an example of this, could be that you are targeting people from age 25 to 30, and then you are advertising them with an ad which says something related to retirement, right? So this is not this is not create relevance, right? So that could be another reason for your high CPC. And another reason could be the ad fatigue, which we already checked. So ad fatigue is not the case that we are facing in this campaign. Now if I go with the link click, and we will discuss how the link click value, what link click value can tell us. So if the link click cost per link click is high, the problem is in the CTA or the offer. For example, weak or confusing CTA. So maybe your ad says on it that learn more, but on the ad section you have selected shop now as your CTA. So it also triggers confusion and causes the drop offs. Now the second reason could be your ad is engaging, but the offer is not strong enough to make people click through, right? So maybe you would be scrolling your Instagram feed or Facebook feed, and you sees an ad which doesn't feels like an ad, right? So you start interacting with that, but you are not interested with the product they are promoting, right? You are just appreciating the creativeness behind the ad, so you just engage with that. So another reason could be this, that your ad is engaging but the offer isn't strong enough to make people click through or is relevant to the people you are targeting. Now sometimes people praise the ad but don't act, right? Because the offer isn't compelling, as I just mentioned. Now comes the landing page. So for landing page, we don't have any metrics over here. As I mentioned that I am generating the leads for using the instant forms and not sending the traffic on the website. That's why the metrics are not available here. But in case if you are generating it on the website, we will discuss these metrics as well. So these metrics are very important because it tells you if people are actually landing on your page. So first make sure your pixel is properly set up, because only when the pixel will be on your website, you will be able to track the landing page views, because that only triggers when the pixel gets fired on the website. So that for that your pixel has to be integrated. Now then you can check the if the cost per landing page is high or the landing page view rate is low, what you can do is you can check your loading speed, and to do so, what you can do is you can use tools like GTmetrix, Google Page Speed, or any other tool which you prefer to check if your landing page speed is on point. And if the page is slow or broken, then you will of course will if you will lose the conversion, and then you will know that okay, you have to optimize it for the speed. Now again, let's go to the later part of the section. Now there we have the leads, which tells us about the total number of leads and cost per lead. So before you get deep into all these things, all these metrics, and as I explained, checking all these things if they are aligned as per the metrics that tells you, one thing that you will need to always keep in mind is, if your cost per lead, right, if your end goal is you are you are achieving your end goal, then you don't need to do any of such things that we have done so far, right? Let's say if your cost per lead is 57.48 for this campaign, and for my other campaigns targeting the same location and promoting the same product are around 60 rupees or 55 rupees, in the range of 50 to 60, then you know that your cost per lead is good enough. So you don't have to bother yourself about the optimization thing. Optimization will only take place when your KPI is not getting achieved. Let's say if our average cost per lead for the account is 57 rupees for an example, and for this campaign you are getting a cost per lead of, let's say, 75 or 80 rupees, so then you know that there is something wrong with your campaign. And then when you get to know about this, then you have to set your campaigns in such a way that you can figure out what could be the problem with my campaign, whether it would be the frequency thing, or will it be the low VTR or low VCR, or maybe your ad is engaging but not converting. So all of these things, then you need to check just when your cost per lead are not getting your cost per lead is not good enough, right? Now there is one more metric which I have not added, which is the conversion rate. So conversion rate is as per the primary goal of the campaign. Let's say if we are generating leads for this campaign, so our conversion rate will be the amount of lead we have generated so far from the campaign. And if it is a traffic campaign, then the goal will be to get the maximum number of traffic on the website, right? And if you will take care of all these metrics, then your conversion rate and your cost per lead will always be on check. Now another reason of your high cost per lead and high cost per landing page view and low LPV rate could be that your ad promise doesn't match the landing page. So there could be a clickbait issue, so you need to check if you're doing that knowingly or unknowingly, and then you can fix that. Now another reason could be that offer is not as strong as compared to the competitors. So whenever you run your lead gen campaigns or any other campaigns on Meta, your ads targeted to the people who are already engaging with other people who are providing the same services. They're filling their forms, lead forms, and then they are also interacting with your lead gen forms. So if they find that your offer is not as good enough as they have already applied for, or they have already submitted a lead for, then they won't convert, right? So this is also, you have to take a check on if your competitors are doing something very valuable, or they have a very compelling offer that you cannot compete with. So you have to figure it out, and you have to create an offer that can be valuable for your target audience. Now the another reason could be, so for us it is not the case, because we are generating the leads on using the instant form. But if you are using on the landing page, so your landing page design could be poor, or your form is hidden, it is difficult to find where the form is, and it is not user friendly. So this could be the another case for the high cost per landing page view and low LPV rate. And some another reasons could be that there is no trust issue factor mentioned on the landing page, no reviews, or maybe there is a hidden cost or no social proof. So while creating the landing page, you have to take care of all these things that you have mentioned, the reviews, or there is no hidden cost, or you have mentioned some testimonials or some badges of trust, and things like that you can just while creating a landing page, you can add all these as per the best practices. So and finally, now comes the frequency. So frequency is a dynamic thing. There is no universal rule for that. It depends on your funnel stage, your product service type, your price point. So as a general idea for TOF campaign, if your frequency is somewhere between 2 to 2.5, then it is good enough. You don't have to make any changes or refresh your creatives. And if your frequency is higher and CPL also rises, then it could be a condition of ad fatigue, and then there is when then you need to expand your audience size or need to change the creatives. But remember, if the CPL is within your benchmark, do not touch the campaigns unnecessarily, even if CPM or CPC is higher. If CPL is fine, leave it. So one and very fine, very important point before we end this video: always compare like to like. Compare lead gen campaigns only with other lead gen campaigns. You cannot compare CPL from a lead gen campaign with a you cannot compare CPM from a lead gen campaign with CPM of a traffic campaign or a conversion campaign, since every campaign objective has different benchmarks. So that is it for today's video. I hope I was able to add value and show you how to analyze lead gen campaigns step by step. In part 2, we will cover e-commerce campaign analysis and optimization. Till then, take care. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.